Hello everyone and welcome back to VRML Channel 1. We are back with 3 matches, starting off with Phantoms versus Hellbent, a master game. Of course, both teams being in master tier since the first cycle, since the start of the season. And if you guys tuned in to early on in Season 3, you would know that Phantoms versus Hellbent early on was actually a fairly close match. It was actually a bit of a surprise for a few people, so I'm definitely excited to be casting this one today. It's going to be definitely a good match. Hellbent, of course, being fairly high up in the Master Tier ladder. I think they finished around 5th or 6th in the first cycle of Master Tier. Now obviously staying in the Master Tier. Facing off against Phantoms, as I believe this is their first, no, this is their second of the week, as they did face off to Blank earlier this week. So we'll just send a ping to the teams, make sure they know that they are able to start, and we'll get right into this. And of course, people asking how to do polls in the chat. I mean, not how to do polls, they want to do polls. So the team's ready up. We'll be getting into this first round. We will be getting into this first round of Phantoms versus Hellbent. Phantoms taking first possession with the headbutt, but Hellbent quickly recovering it. Oculan looking for the shot, it looks like, but Torrent with a quick stop, sending it right back to the blue side. Lowrider now getting there first, sending it across to Boop. Boop now just resetting it all the way back to Torin. Torin walking it up, sending it across to Emil. Emil back to Torin. Torin now walking up, sending it across to Boop. Boop going across to Emil. Emil walking up, trying to go for the bomb pocket. We'll just go a little too low and ding. Back into hands of Boop. Torin will receive the pass, sending it back across to Boop. Boop now sending it down to Emil. Emil walking into the bubble, going for the top pocket shot this time. Dinging it again as it goes just slightly high. Hellbent now picking up, clearing it through multi with the open goal, going for the shot, but Boop is there to stop it. Looks like it was on course as well, so a nice save from Boop as he clears it back down the stack, going through, and Emil with the shot. 3 points to give Phantoms their early lead, 3-0. Now Hellbent taking Joust advantage. Will be getting it to Oculan. Oculan down. A stack coming through from Hellbent. Lockie will pick up, looking at the defenders, going for the shot, and he will put it in for the 2 points. Now making this a 1 point game. Phantoms will take Joust advantage. Lowrider taking his time, send it over to Boop. Boop across to Emil. Emil back to Lowrider. Lowrider back to Emil. Emil back to Lowrider, trying to break up that stack now. Emil just missing that pass, but will recover it quickly, sending it back to Lowrider now. Lowrider facing off that stack, sending it across to Boop. Boop back to Lowrider. And now as the clear comes through across to Boop, that stack chasing him down, going for the shot, and Boop's long shot will connect. Now 6-2 in favor of Phantoms. Ocular now getting the pass, but sending it over, well, receiving the back pass actually, sending it back to Lockie as the stack comes through, just managed to dodge that stack, sending it back to Ocular. Ocular now missing the pass, just bounced off some Geo. Lowrider going for the long shot, will just go wide off the goal. bouncing back into the mid. Now Boop back to Torin. Torin walking up, sending it over to Boop. Boop going for the shot in the top pocket area. Well, in between the pockets. Now 6 points in the lead, 8-2 in favor of Phantoms. Hellbent will be taking Joust advantage. Now the missed pass coming through. It looks like missed the clear. Torin down to Lowrider. Lowrider backing it out to Boop. Boop now backing it all the way out to Torin. Torin walking it through now, taking his time. Sending a long pass over to Boop. Boop now going for the shot and he will connect for the 2 points. 8 points in the lead. Our Phantoms 10-2. Will now be Hellbent taking Joust advantage. Locky taking the QB. Sending it across to Oculan. Oculan with the pass all the way across to Baguette. Baguette now sending a pass up to Multi. Multi backing out to Oculan. Oculan back up to Locky. Locky over to Multi, just bouncing off the Geo. Now backing out to Torin. Is this a match like a Challenger Cup or it's a normal VRML match? It's a normal VRML match, but from the Master tier. So the highest tier in VRML. Lowrider sending it across to Boop now. Boop sending it back across to Emil. Emil getting pressured by Multi, and Multi will get the stun off. Lowrider will recover it. Sending it back to Torin. Torin now trying to go for the shot. We'll just go a little too out of the goal, I guess I could say. I don't know how to describe that. Now the pass over to Lowrider. Lowrider going for the shot on the stun goalie for the 3. Will connect. Now 13-2 in favor of Phantoms. Now Locky taking the QB for Hellbent. We'll just duke out that first defender of Phantoms. Now Multi with the clear down, but Torin at the back is there to stop it. And he will walk through, sending it up to Boop. Boop down to Emil. Emil all the way across to Lowrider. Lowrider backing out as he is getting pressured back to Torin. Now back down to Torin as I'm just reading the chat. It says week 7 in the banner below the scores. I believe there was just some confusion between the casters as to whether it was week 6 or week 7 because of the off week for the Challenger Cup. But it is week 6. Hellbent now rolling out. Locky will take QB, sending it across to Baguette. Baguette sending it up to Oculan. Oculan straight back to Locky. Now Baguette at the tunnel with the disc, getting pressured by that Phantom stack. Backing it out to Locky. Locky with a long pass up to Baguette. Baguette walking it through now. Phantom stack incoming as he goes for the shot, but the save from Torin. The steal now and the slam dunk from Multi will give another 2 points to the side of Hellbent. Phantoms now 11 points in the lead, 15-4. Now Boop going for the pass up to Torin. Torin across to Emil again. Emil backing it out to the Lowrider. Lowrider getting pressured by that fast stack, just missing the pass to his teammate. And we'll go back into Multi's hands. Now Baguette picking up the disc. Lowrider with the steal off his head, I believe. Now getting pressured by Locky, sending the pass up to Boop. Boop getting pressured by Oculan, and the sun comes through and he will drop the disc. We just have Wit in the chat confirming for you guys that was asking. That is actually just a typo. It should be week 6. Now the slap comes through, going back into the mid. Boop will recover it, sending it through for just dinging. That looked like a shot, and of course Boop goes for the shots, and Lowrider will recover it though and put it in for the 3. 18-4. Phantoms 14 points in the lead. Now Locky taking the QB, walking it through, sending it across to Baguette. Baguette now with a long pass, looks like, but will just miss his teammate and go into the hands of Lowrider. Now sending it through, back to the orange side, blue side, sorry. Lowrider go for the long shot, and the goalie just isn't there in time as he connects for the 3 points. Phantoms now 21 points on the board, Hellbent with 4. Less than a minute remains. No mathematical time remains for Hellbent to make a comeback, but they can still put some points on the board. Now is Locky taking QB, sending it across to Baguette. Baguette getting pressured, and a steal from Boop. Boop going for the pass with Lowrider, and Lowrider with a slap into the goal for the 2 points. 23-4 in favor of Phantoms. Now as Hellbent will take just advantage, but will not have enough time to get out of the tunnels. Phantoms will be taking this first round. 23-4. Big difference, but it does not mean the end for Hellbent. I believe in Hellbent. They showed us a good showing against Phantoms early on in the season in the first cycle, so we'll see. Of course, they might be able to give us a nice shock. Maybe take this second round. Maybe make it a lot closer. Maybe take it. But we'll see. We'll see. And for all of you that are wondering about polls, I have figured out polls. So for the next 2 matches here on VRML 1, which will be casted straight after this one in a block, there will be polls, so prepare your channel points for that, because I have managed to figure out. So lucky you guys watching this block of casts. Now just taking a look at the stats. Boop with 7 points, Emil with 3, Lowrider with 11, and Torren with 2 points scored over on Hellbent's side. Locky with 2 points and Multi with 2 points scored. Now as we get into the second round of Phantoms versus Hellbent, teams will roll out, and Phantoms is their first, but sending it straight into the hands of Multi. Multi now with the pass up to Baguette. Baguette going for the clear, but bouncing straight back into the hands of Phantoms. Emil with the duck, trying to get over to Boop, but Okilan with the intercept will just hit it off some Geo and will bounce straight back into Lowrider's hands. Lowrider now with the pass over to Torren. Torren looking back for that stack, making sure they do not go after him. As he walks up, does get pressured, but sends a pass over to Lowrider. Lowrider now up to Boop. Boop straight back to Lowrider now, just bouncing off the shield, so we will not be able to recover it. But Locky will pick it up, sending it through, getting past that midline defender, but straight back into the hands of Torren, as it just takes some awkward bounces. Boop now sending a long pass up to Lowrider. Lowrider getting stopped by Multi. Multi now trying to get the pass up to Baguette, as he does get stunned out by Phantoms. Boop will recover it, sending it all the way back to Torren. Torren now sending a pass across to Boop. Boop across to Lowrider, and Lowrider with the shot for the 2 points, giving Phantoms a somewhat early lead. 1 minute, 1 second goal time. Now as Hellbent takes just advantage. Locky now sending a pass over to Multi. Multi faking out that he was going for the pass across to Pac-Man, and instead sending it forward. Locky now back at the nest, receiving the pass. Okilan over to Baguette. Baguette doing some juking on those players. Sending it up to Multi, just going high of his teammate as he did get pressured by that stack. Lowrider will just walk it, getting pressured, getting stunned out, but just managed to get the shot off for the 2 points. But in Phantoms now 4 points in the lead. Just because you asked, no, I will not say hi to you now. Too bad. Now as Hellbent rolls out, Lockie will be taking QB. Send it across to Orculan. Orculan across to Baguette. Baguette back to Lockie. The stack comes through, manages to dodge them and sending the pass through to Orculan. Orculan now back to Baguette. Baguette up to Multi. Multi back to Lockie. Just missing the pass. And that Boop will go recover this, and he will go for the shot. 3-point shot, 15 meters out. When Phantom 7 points in the lead. And a 19 meter a second shot. Which you don't see much of those in VRML, but 19 meters a second. Lockie now taking the QB, sending it over to Orculan. Orculan this time going straight through past the defense of Phantoms, but will bounce into the hands of Torin. Torin sending a nice bounce pass across to Boop. Boop just walking it in as he does get pressured, so he will back it back out to Torin. Torin out across to Emil. Emil now sending it forward to Lowrider. Lowrider going for the shot, and he will send it in for the 3. The goalies just didn't get there in time. Just a second off being able to save it. But now Phantoms 10 points in the lead. Just under 6.5 minutes remain. Lockie now sending it across to Baguette this time. Baguette sending it through to Multi. Multi looking for the back pass now. Back to Lockie. Lockie trying to jump them, trying to duck those defenders even, and he does get the pass up to Baguette. Baguette down to Multi. Multi getting pressure, but will send the pass up to Orculan. Orculan now walking it through, sending it right back to Lockie. Will just bounce off some Geo, but he will be able to recover it. Now sending a bounce pass, but Emil is there with the interception. Going for the clear into the blue bubble. Orculan is there first, closely followed by Lowrider. Lowrider will get the stun, but a steal from Multi will make its way downfield. Will not be, well, will be stopped by Torin, and then Baguette with the intercept. Trying to go for what looks like the bounce shot off the ground, but will just miss it. Torin now getting stunned out, sending disc all the way to the side of the arena. Emil with the long pass to Lowrider. Lowrider with the clear down to, looks like actually that could have been a shot, a mail slot, but just bouncing off the shield. Baguette recovering the disc for Hellbent, sending it. Looks like he's going for a Boop shot, but Torin is there to save it. Now sending it across through to the tunnel. Multi will get pressure, but will just get the pass off. Just have his teammates. Baguette though will recover it for Hellbent, sending it through. They are stacking down now, past that backline defender. They are there first, and Orculan with the first 2 points for Hellbent will slam it in. First 2 points of this round, that is. 10-2. Phantoms 8 points in the lead. Phantoms taking a QB. Lowrider picking up the disc on initial QB. Sending it over to Boop. Boop sending it right back to Lowrider. Trying to break up that stack, which actually has been successful as the stun comes through on the stack twice. And now the pass down to Emil. Emil walking it through. Sending it up to, trying to send up to Boop, but will just hit off the Geo and bounce to the ground. But he will recover it, going for the shot. For another 2 points for Phantoms. Regaining that 10-point lead, 12-2 in favor of Phantoms. As around just under 4 minutes remain on the clock. Hellbent taking QB will be Lockie. Trying to send it across the tunnel, will just bounce. Lockie's there first to pick up, closely followed by Emil with the steal. Emil trying to send it in, but Multi is there to deny it. Sending it back through to Baguette. Baguette now making his way downfield, trying to get past that defender, or trying to get away from the defender. Sends the pass up to Lockie. Lockie now walking in, going for the shot, and he will connect for the 2 points. Putting Hellbent now at 4 points. 12-4. Still in favor of Phantoms. Just above 3 minutes remain on the clock. As Phantom's taking just advantage. Lowrider with a fast pass. Too fast for his teammates to catch, but he will get there in the end. Boop going for the shot. Will just go wide with the goal, but Emil is there to recover and put it in for the 2. Now back 10 points in the lead, 14-4. Now Lockie will take the QB, sending it across to Oculan. Oculan back to Lockie. Phantom Slack is there, ready to intercept any passes. Smolty gets the pass back to Lockie. Lockie across to Oculan. Oculan now walking it through as that stack has been broken. Multi will pick it up, getting pressure now and gets a stun. Gets stunned even. Now the throw, the clear, back into the blue side, and it looks like we'll go in for the 3. 17-4. I'm not sure if it's been scored. Well, it is being scored by Emil. I'm sure of that, but not sure if that was planned or not. But of course, it is Phantoms, so that could have been planned. But I'm not gonna say it was. I'm not gonna say it wasn't because, well, I couldn't see myself. Lockie now with the dribble, ducking that first defender, walking up towards the bubble, going for the shot, but Torren with the save will deny that shot, sending it down to Emil. Emil across the Boop. Boop going for the long shot. And it will not connect. It will just ding off the rim. As now Lockie is there to recover, sending it back through to the mid. The stack of Hellbent will be there first, but Lockie getting stunned out by the Phantom stack. Lowrider will pick it up for Phantoms, sending it back through into Torren's hands. Sorry, Torren walking it through as he did some juking on his fellow Phantoms player, sending it back to Lowrider. Lowrider sending it across all the way to Boop. Boop now just taking his time out in the back, sending it down to Lowrider now. Lowrider walking up, going across to Torren, and Torren with the top pocket shot for the 2. We'll put Phantoms at 19 points, 15 in the lead, 19-4. Lockie now taking a QB for Hellbent. We'll walk it up, send it across to Oculan. Oculan across to Baguette. Baguette now looking for the long pass. We'll connect. Multi-game pressure, just dodging that slack, backing it out. We'll just miss the reset. We'll go into the hands of Boop. Quickly getting stunned out by Lockie. Lockie now picking up, sending it up to Baguette. Baguette walking it through. Just hitting off some Geo will make him miss his pass. Boop will recover it. Stunned out by Lockie though. Lockie going for the pass, but Emil is there to intercept, but Multi will stop the clear. Send it up to Baguette. Baguette walking up, going for one last shot, but Torren will be there to deny it. And that will finish it. Phantoms taking this second round 19-4. This matchup will be going to Phantoms in 2 rounds. Honestly, not as close as I was hoping it to be, but you can't say Hellbent didn't do well. I mean, especially in breaking up the stacks of Phantoms. They weren't always successful, it took them a little longer, but especially further on in that second round, we managed to see it more successful as they did that short passing round in that sort of diamond shape. As you saw, there was people on the stations and Bowtie just passing it back and forth, which is important, especially if you're going against a team like Phantoms whose stacks are insanely fast. They are really good at like controlling them. The accuracy of the stacks is insane. So you really want to break up that stack before sending any long passes or clears. But with that being said, we'll go into a short intermission as we move on to our second matchup of this cast. So bear with us a few moments as we get into that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VRML Season 3.
Trap walk there in the far side trap, but it was a beautiful bounce. It was, the trajectory looked perfect to me from my angle, and it was another opportunity there. Snowy Blue, and that's going to be our first goal of the first round of the first game of Season 3. A minute 9 in, going to Snowy Blue here for here to kick us off. It's Season 3 for Master Tier. I am so excited to look at that. Look at that Joker is out of the tube and at midfield in no time at all, and just like that, Brad, knife through butter.
Oh no.
They just slide it right in, and they're up by 2 in 10 seconds.
Poor Froggy was there in the area, sends it to the Bowtie. Now over at Bowtie, there's Ninja Knights, just juggling it around and waiting for the defense to be baited out. Now they enable this shot, but look at the save from Stody. Stody, the hot start, not only on the offensive end, on the defense as well. There's Stody again. Stody just doing a little bit of everything, all by his lonesome. A little shot fake and whirl around and juking into the oop. It's 7 points for Tempo, and Stody is feeling hot.
Will be Cam Gem off the right shoulder. If he can find a few points, he will find the pass to Cosby, but the save yet again.
It's getting more active here for Redshift, but getting tangled up in the backfield. What a stop there by Kaznaz on the shot from Kong.
Towards the other side of the arena, but Space able to pick it up, and he's going to reset it back to the goaltender, Flynn. And so Flynn looking for the cross pass in the own zone. Looks like they're just trying to keep control of the disc here and have a controlled exit of their own zone instead of just clearing it down and chasing after it. So some great passing here from the Upside Down team as Flynn takes the disc and gets the disc to space down in the right hand tunnel. He'll go for the open end shot, but it's going to hit off the geometry. That small little block there gets in the way sometimes. He's going for a rebound try. He puts it in off the backboard. It's in for the first 3 points of the game.
You're expecting certain levels of greatness, of course, but Redshift, do not sleep on them, because these guys, Kaznaz just as much as anyone has game scores here. You know, they surprise.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the VRML Channel 1. For our next matchup we are bringing you Rise versus a minimum requirement. This being a bronze matchup, it looks like. Minimum requirement being bronze, and I think looks like Rise is unranked, so they are just listed as bronze. Minimum requirement being a team full of new players to VRML, that is. And Rise, there are some players which I think there was a team that they was in pretty much the same roster. I think it was mostly towards the end of the season 2, but they have some experience with VRML, so this will be another interesting matchup. However, looking at minimum requirements record, they are currently going 3-2, so they are not doing bad with themselves. It also looks like they are a new team in this season as well, as in they have not been formed since the start of the season. But now we have just pinged the teams to get started. Looks like they are missing a player on one side. Just been informed that they might me to be getting a league sub, so we'll just wait until that is sorted. And I believe they have 15 minutes to get it sorted before they forfeit the first round, and I think they have to just continue as a 3v4 if it's not sorted, or just forfeit the match, I think. So we'll just wait. Whilst we are waiting, we'll just pull up the poll. And I will just begin a poll because I have now figured that out. So you can go ahead and vote on that, on who you think will win. And hopefully this works. I am new to polls, so if something I do is wrong, then apologies. Anyways, hopefully welcome back to everyone in the chat. Hopefully you managed to get some snacks in that short intermission, because we got this match and then one more, a gold matchup afterwards coming up, so be ready for that. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. And this one, even though it may be only like bronze teams, there can always be an interesting matchup. You never know what to expect in VRML. Even though there are the rankings, you never really know what to expect. So go ahead and vote on this poll. If you haven't already, use them sweet channel points that you of course have lots of because you love watching the VRML channel. Now just waiting for minimum requirement to still get a league sub or a player sorted so we can begin this match. So bear with us. Whilst we are waiting, we may as well take a look at some connoisseur votes. Taking a look at the match page on the VRML website, we have got 23 people favoring Rise and nobody's favoring minimum requirement. So if it was minimum requirement to win, then that'd be a big upset for those 23 connoisseurs voting in favor of Rise. And of course, while we are waiting, don't forget to go check out the Echo Arena VRML YouTube channel, which is linked down below. If you head down to the About section of this channel, you will see a link to the YouTube channel, or if you head over to the youtube.com and search up something along the lines of Echo Arena VRML, then you should find it. And there's plenty of good stuff on there coming from our League content creators team. I don't know the people on that team off the top of my head, but big thanks to them for providing us loads of highlights, recaps, all the good stuff. You have the week recaps, you have just past VODs, highlights of just nice plays and interviews. So don't forget about that. Might as well go check it out, seeing as we are just waiting here now for the teams to get sorted, to get themselves a league sub or a player back in. And if any of you are wondering, for our next matchup, we do have Brazen Badgers versus Sin coming to you after this one, straight after, so that should be a good one. But to talk more about that, we'll just wait until that matchup comes. As of yet, it does not look like I've received any more information on the progress of getting a league sub in. So we will await that. Hopefully they can get one soon so we can get started in this matchup, because I always hate waiting long times for teams to get started. Looks like they have now got a 4th player in, so we should hopefully be getting started soon. Now we'll just send another ping possibly to let the teams know they are in fact all good to go. Teams are now readying up, so we will be getting into the first round of this matchup, Rise versus Minimum Requirement. Let's see who will win. Let's see, will Minimum Requirement upset those 23 connoisseurs, or will Rise up and beat Minimum Requirement? We shall see, as now Rise will get the headbutt on initial joust, but it will go into the hands of Super Dan. Super Dan now trying to clear it out. We'll just get stuck in the trap area, but Coney Games is there to pick it up and sending it through to the orange side. Dime now will pick it up, trying to send it to his teammate, but his teammate just being moved out of position. Frank Branding will go for the shot. We'll just ding off the rim. And now A16H will pick it up, sending a clear through all the way down to the blue side. A nice long clear going through. Looks like it was close to possibly bouncing in. As now Frank Branding picks it up, does some juking on those players, and will send a clear right back through to the orange side. BX2 now picking up for Rise. We'll just drop it, and it will go into the hands of Frank Branding. Frank Branding sending it into the orange bubble, trying to get away from those defenders. Now Coney will pick up, going for the slap. Will just miss. Looks like he was going for a backboard shot, but will just miss the correct placement. The intended placement is now Dime picking up, going for the anchor off the bottom of the shield. Puts it in for the 2 points. First 2 points of the round going to Minimum Requirement. As now Rise takes Joust advantage. A16H will just dog that defender walking through. Now the pass, Dirty Mustard up to Richie, and Richie with the dunk for the 2 points, now tying this game up 2-2. Now as Minimum Requirement takes the Joust advantage. Walking out will be Dime taking QB, but A16H with the quick steal and playing for the 3-point shot. Now Rise 5-2. 3 points in the lead. Bronze teams keep getting better. Well, I guess they do. Coney now trying to send it across, but will have no one there to receive it. It will sail past all the defenders, but BX2 will manage to pick it up, sending it up to Richie. Will just miss the pass and back into the hands of Super Dan. Super Dan now trying to get to the ground, going for the shot. Will just bounce off some Geo, but he will recover it, sending it up to Coney Games. Coney Games now walking it in, going for the shot, and it will connect, tying this game back up 5-5. Someone in the chat, Illuminate66, just saying, Ollie, best caster? Of course. Best caster indeed. Now as Rise takes Joust advantage, will be BXQ taking QB send over to A1. A1 getting pressured, will send it through to the blue bubble. Frank Branding at the back is there to pick it up though. Will get stunned out by Richie. And it will be a loose disc. Now Richie battling his way towards this. Will manage to get it in the end. But Coney with the steal. Trying to send it back through. Will just get stuck in the popcorn area as now the stack from Rise comes through and will be picked up by Dime. Who will obviously get the steal and clear through. Now Frank Branding going for the shot and will connect for the 3 points. Put in minimum requirement. Now 3 points in the lead. 8-5. I should tell Alocoste to come more exclusively. Yeah, I can't talk. Exclusively you in the future. More dancing, more better. Well, I guess you can just tell him yourself. Why not? I mean, DMs are open to everyone. So now as a pass to Dirty Mustard comes through and the headbutt. Frank Branding will go just off Frank Branding's head into the goal for the 2 points. Putting Rise now within 1 point of tying the game up or overtaking minimum requirement. Minimum requirement, I believe it is a league sub playing for them at the current moment. Dirty Mustard now will recover it for Rise, but the intercept from Coney and will send it through over to Dime. Dime trying to pass it up, will just bounce back towards him as he just moves. But he will be able to recover it. Getting pressured now, but we'll get the reset off to Coney. Coney now sending it across to Super Dan. Super Dan. We're getting pressured and we'll get the block off and it will just lose it for a moment, but we'll be able to pick it back up. Trying to reset it to Coney, but we'll just bounce off the Geo into the hands of A16H. Will the thrill? Is this a scrim or something? Well, we don't cast scrims, is it, or just an actual VRML match? Like Rise versus minimum requirement. Now Frank Branding picking up this, sending it down. Will just miss his teammates and will go into the bubble. Dirty Mustard will pick it up for Rise, sending it through. But Frank Branding at the back is there to recover. Going for the long pass, but Dirty Mustard will be able to intercept, sending it through to the tunnel. Looks like it will be going in. It could have bounced in, but the stack coming through from minimum requirement. Clear will not go through as A16H is there to stop it. Going for a pass, it looks like, but will miss his teammates. And Coney Games will attempt to clear it through. The exit at the back will deny that, but Super Dan will slap it right back out of the bubble. Now Super Dan will pick up for minimum requirement, walking it through, sending it up to Dime. Dime going for the long pass over to Frank. Frank now walking it in, going for the shot, and it will connect. 10-7 in favor of minimum requirement. Minimum being 3 points in the lead. So far, it's looking like those connoisseurs might be upset, as minimum requirement being in the lead by 3 points. As the missed pass from Rice comes through. Looks like Coney will get there first, pressured, but we will go for the shot. Will go wide of the goal, and BX2 will be able to catch it. A16H now catching the missed clear, but getting stunned out. Super down with the blocks. Plenty of stuns will come through as the clear is attempted again, but will not go through. A16H finally managed to recover it and send it back out to the blue side. Now as Frank Branding will get stunned out. Richie with the pickup will slam it in for the 2 points, making this yet again a 1 point game. 10-9 in favor of minimum requirement. Just under 2.5 minutes remain on the clock. Now as a fast joust coming in from minimum requirement. Coney will take the QB, sending it through the tunnel but into the hands of A16H. The steal coming through from Super Dan, but BX is there to recover it, send it back to A16H, who will just drop it in hands of Super Dan, and a double stun will come through, but Coney at the back will recover it for minimum requirement, sending it down just bouncing off the Geo, so we'll just miss his teammate. And the slap from BX2 will send it back to the mid. Frank now at the mid will just walk through, sending it up to Coney. Coney going for the shot, and the goalie was just not ready as he manages to connect for the 2 points. 12-9 now in favor of minimum requirements. Rise now taking the QB. It will be BX. Sending a pass over to A16H. Will just miss the pass. Richie trying to get it back to that Pac-Man block, but his teammate has just moved. A16H will recover it, trying to duck down, but Frank Branding will not be fooled, and he will catch him out and stun him. Now sending the clear all the way through. We'll just go low of the goal. That could have been in, but Super Dan with this fast stack coming in. Going for the shot. We'll just barely miss the goal for the 2 points. Now we'll get stunned out by Richie, but Coney's had to recover it, walking it in. Just dinging it off the rim. Back into the hands of Dime, being pressured by Rise, but he does get the slap off back into the side of Rise. Now as Richie will be the first to recover. Trying to send it through. Will be in the hands of A16H. A1 walking it through. Taking his time now as he does get pressured by that stack, sending a long pass over to Richie. Richie trying to get away from that defender as he successfully does so and sends it over to A16H. A16H now sending a long pass, looking for the 3-point shot. We'll just ding it off the rim. Now going back towards the mid. It will be BX2 picking it up for Rise, sending it down to the floor. Doing some juking on the ground now. Will be A16H. We'll put it in for the 2, but it was just not enough as they are down by 1 point. And that is the seal as minimum requirement takes his first round by 1 point. 12-11. Minimum requirement putting up a good show so far. Doing well for themselves with the fast stacks, the good passing. Of course, they could do with a bit more of setups like sort of around the bubble, but so far the shots from Coney seem to be working out quite well on the goalie. As we just look over to the stats Rise, we have A16H with 5 points, Richie with 4 points, and BX2 with an assist and a couple saves, and Dirty Mustard with an assist and a few stuns. On the side of minimum requirement, Dime with 2 points, Frank with 5 points, Super Dan with no points but an assist and a steal and some stuns, Coney with 5 points and a steal. Overall, the possession time is fairly even for both teams. Fairly across the board, all team members getting decent hand time, if that's a word, on the cube. On the cube? Yeah, on the cube. It's a cube now, guys. On the disc. Now it looks like there may have been a pause, I believe, unless this is just still the break. I may have just missed the sound of the pause. It is looking like minimum requirements. Fourth rostered player has possibly showed up. So just waiting to see if they're gonna switch out or not. Now they are still paused. Just trying to sort that out. Hopefully they get that sorted soon. Of course they are allowed up to 5 minutes for timeout. The real Padman, the league has really grown since last season, hasn't it? It sure has. The amount of active teams in NA and EU have just about doubled, I believe, for both NA and EU. I'm not so sure about OC. I think it may have doubled as well, but I'm not too caught up on the OC side of things, as it is still fairly small since OC was introduced as a region for VRML just back in season 2. There only used to be around 50 teams, but only about half of those are even active in EU, so only about 20 to 30. Now there's about 50 to 60 active teams in EU and around, I don't even know how many in NA, like 300, but I don't know if that's active or not, if that's just total. But there definitely is a lot of growth from Season 2 going into Season 3. Looks like now we have had player swap out. Questionable Cube, who is the 4th rostered player for minimum requirement, will be joining them for this second round. And Coney will be swapped out, hopping out of this matchup. As now we wait for this minute in between rounds to finish and we can get back in. There are about 200 teams NA, 200 active teams. Well, I think that's about double from Season 2, right? I think there was only like 100, just above 100-ish teams active in Season 2 for NA. Anyways, moving on, we have the round 2 beginning for Rise versus Minimum Requirement. It will be Minimum Requirement getting their first Frank with the pickup for his team, sending it right into the bubble as he just dodges them players. Now the drop of the teammates, then A16H will clear it through to the blue side. Now as a fast minimum requirement stack comes in, A16H is managed to recover it, picking it up for his team. But the stun comes through and Dime will pick it up, sending it over to Frank Branding. Frank sending the clear all the way down now to the orange side. We have Super Dan waiting here, trying to pick it up. We'll pick it up, we're going for the shot and we'll put it in for the first 2 points of the second round. Minimum requirement now in the lead by 2 points. Around 9 minutes remain. So a 37-second goal time, which is fairly fast. Now, as Rise takes QB, BX2 will send it over to the left tunnel. Will just bounce back into the side of Rise. Now race, and looks like minimum requirements that I could have gotten there first, but decided to stop at the nest. As Richie gets the clear through back into the blue side. Richie with the stack will recover it, going for the pass up to BX2. BX2 now going for the shot, but Diamond's there with the pickup, with the stop, sending it right back out to the orange side. The score for round 1 is being asked, and that was 12 to 11. Minimum requirement being having 12 points, Rise having 11. Just at the last second, I saw the shot comes through. We'll just ding off the rim, back into the hands of Richie. Richie now will send a pass to the backboard, but will be stopped by Super Dan. Super Dan now sending it back through into the blue side, into the orange side, sorry. And now a bunch of stuns comes through, but Richie manages to clear it out into the hands of Super Dan though. Super Dan now trying to get the clear through, will recover it again, but BX2 with the steal will send it back over to A16H. A16H clearing it all the way down back into the blue bubble. Dime will pick it up, trying to send a clear through, but will just go low of the tunnel. Richie is there with the stack, picking it back up for Rise, making sure it stays on that blue side. Now as Richie gets that pass, sending it up to, trying to send it up to Dirty Mustard, but with the intercept will be Frank. Frank now trying to clear it, but BX2 with the stop, sending it up to A16H. A1 doing some juking on an open net now, not open anymore, but it goes for the shot anyways. Will miss the goal. Now the slap into Frank Branding's hands, getting pressured by 3 players, and a couple of stuns come through. Actually, looks like only one stun, all on poor Frank, so by 3 players. So definitely got a beating there, as now A16H is able to recover the disc for Rise. Trying to pass across, will just bounce off some Geo back into Frank's hands. Frank's now with the clear all the way into the blue side, into orange side. Dirty Mustard now will recover it, send it back to the blue side. Just reading the chat, A1 is so hard to read, but someone going against that argument saying it's predictable. So I mean, maybe it is predictable, maybe it's not. Of course, if you do too much of the same thing, it will stop working at some point. If a team obviously is able to read you. Super Dan now going in as he recovers the disc, going in for a 2. Minimum requirement of 4 points in the lead. Just me, or can I not hear? I can't hear the game. It may just be just you, or the game audio is usually somewhat quiet on these casts anyway, and it's mostly the caster's mic that you hear, and there isn't too many sounds in the actual game itself anyway going on, so it's probably just nothing and you just can't hear much because not much sounds going in the arena during a match. So now Richie will try to reset it, but will just miss his teammates. Dime will be there first on an open net. He will take the shot off the backboard, will just miss the intended target, but back into the hands of Super Dan. Now doing some juking on A1. A1 will catch him out though and recover the disc, sending it back through to the blue side. Now just a missed bounce off the backboard. Mike Ward draws 3-minute goal time. Either they are evenly matched or getting tired. Maybe. I mean, they did well in the first round. They might not do as well in the second round. Now it's A1 with the cut pass, but the save. I'm not sure who that was saving that. But BX2 recovering it at the back, sending it up to Richie. Across the Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard going for the pass, maybe. It looks like down to the bottom. But A1 at the bottom will get stunned. And the clear comes through.
Orange team takes possession. Orange sends it back the other way.
Now as the clear comes through into the hands of Frank. Frank will clear it down. It will look like Rise will just overshoot it. But A16H is there to pick it up for Rise. Trying to send the clear through, will just get stuck in the mid. But Frank is there to pick it back up, getting pressured, managing to stun both those players of Rise in that stack. Dime, then it up to Super Dan. Super Dan going for the shot, but the save from BX2 comes through, denying that shot attempt. Questionable cube now will get stunned out, and the clear will come through into the blue bubble. Frank just stopping that stack there. I'm not sure if that was in view of the cast, but now it will be back into the hands of Richie as he's just making his way up. Teammates getting spread out for some passes on the ground. He's trying to juke out that stack a little bit. Well, doesn't look like they're a stack anymore, but Dirty Mustard will receive the pass and he will put it in for the 2 points. 4-2. Minimum requirement now 2 points in the lead.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Minimum requirement taking Chelsea now, advantage now. Frank Banning will receive the pass, will just get stunned out and bounce it off some Geo into the hands of Rise. The stack Rise going for a dribble now, and a nice dribble as they just both missed the disc. And minimum requirement has just enough time to get a defense set up as now the pass comes to A1. A1 just dinging it, just hitting it off his teammate's head, sorry. And now going up to the goal, but the steal and the stop will come through from minimum requirement as they try to clear it out. Now Frank Branding with the steal from BX2 will clear it all the way down back into the orange side. Looks like a shot attempt will just go high of the goal, and A16H is there with the clear over to Richie. Richie sending it down into the blue bubble. It's now A16H is there, but the stop from Frank, I believe it was. Now another stop. He's just denying that, but in the end managed to get the goal. Will be, I believe, A16H on their third shot attempt after 2 saves, and it looked like Frank did actually save that third one. Maybe he just went through his hand or off his head, but Frank definitely denying a lot of that. It's now questionable cube takes QB, sending it over to the left tunnel into the hands of Frank. Frank running for a shot, and he will gain that lead back for minimum requirement. This time 3 points. 7-4 now in favor of minimum requirement. Frank definitely doing some work for his team right now.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's now Rise. Just under a minute remaining now as Rise has to try and make a comeback after that quick response from minimum requirement. Now going for the shot and the comeback, it happens. Quickly tying it up is A16H, now 7-7 as minimum requirement just left that goal open. Now coming down to nearly the last 30 seconds of the matchup. This is getting really close. It's getting extremely close and it is getting very cool. Now questionable Q taking the QB, sending it through. Will go into the hands of Richie, getting stunned out though, and Stupid will pick it up, but A16H will try to clear it through. Questionable Q with the catch, but A16H with the steal back, sending it down into the blue bubble. Now a race for the disc. Looks like Dirty Mustard might get there first. No, we will get stunned out. Back into the hands of Richie. Richie go for the reset over to BX2. BX2 sending it across to Dirty Mustard, but the steal from Frank. As he managed to get it off that player and sending it back through. Now less than 5 seconds remain. And it looks like we will be going into round 2 overtime in this match. If minimum requirement wins this overtime, then minimum requirement will be taking this matchup in 2 rounds. But if Rise wins it, then we'll be seeing a round 3 for this match. As Rise gets quick stat coming out for initial headbutt, initial possession. Dirty Mustard will pick up, sending a pass up to Richie, but Dime is there to stop it as he was covering that pass. Now just missing the clear. He will recover it though. Just making his way through now, getting pressured by Richie. Will get stunned out, and Richie will recover the disc, sending it back to Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard sending it over to Richie, and Richie going for the shot, and he will put it in for the 2 points. Meaning Rise will be taking this second round. So we will be going into round 3 now of Rise versus minimum requirement. I don't know what it's been, but these past few games that I've been casting, half of them going into round 3. This definitely calls that. This is definitely a call for a good cycle, the second cycle of the season. Menacing Veggie, the comeback indeed. Now round 3 will be happening. Mike, what draws? Come on, round 3. I want to see more plays like this, like the last few minutes. Same. That was definitely a good play. Definitely, hopefully something that's going to be put in the week recap. Because there's definitely something to be proud of. 2 successful saves in a row, and then just that third one obviously going off his head into the goal. But it was some impressive stuff nonetheless. The Master 5700. This is close. This is close. This is very close. And it's just. See, I told you guys, I mean, even though this is like a bronze match, it can still be entertaining and it can still be good. Now I believe a pause has come through again. We just wait for these teams to figure out what is going on. Doesn't look like they've had any player drops, so honestly I have no idea what's going on right now. No players have dropped, so nothing too obvious, no obvious issues, but could be pain, which I do not have a view on right now. Michael draws asking Rise is a new team. Rise is a new team, but but the players are not new. They had basically the same roster under a different team in Season 2. Why is Coney here? He was subbing for minimum requirement in the first round. That's why he shows up on the stat screen, but before the second round started, questionable Cube was swapped in as a rostered player for minimum requirement. Yeah, pretty much, Mike. Just old players, new name. Pretty much the same roster. I think the only difference is maybe A16H instead of a different player. But pretty much other than that, I think it's just the same roster. How many weeks in a season? Currently in Season 3, there's going to be about 15, I think. That's not including off weeks. There'll be about, I think, 2-3 off weeks, I believe, something like that. 2 or 3 off weeks for the Challenger Cup to obviously take place. But around 15, I think, active weeks. And then that's excluding the off weeks, like I mentioned, and the finals. Looks like we will now unpause. Everything has been sorted, so we'll get back into the game. We have had a brief disconnect from the players, so it could have been an issue from there. But we'll now get an unpause and be getting into this round 3 very shortly. We'll now be getting into this round 3 of this matchup. Rise versus minimum requirement. Right here on VRML Channel 1. Now as both teams roll out, it will be Rise taking initial headbutt on the initial joust. Will bounce into the bubble of minimum requirement. Sailing past some players, and it will be Frank with the slap back to the mid. Into the hands of A1, though, getting pressured by Superdan. Superdan will get the stun off, but Richie will recover, sending it over to Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard now sending it up just a little too far of his teammate, but will be there to pick it up for Frank. Frank trying to clear it, will just bounce straight back into the blue side though. The slap now going across, just missing both of those teammates, but BX2 will recover it, getting pressured, will send the pass across, will just go wide, and Frank is there to recover it for minimum requirement, sending the clear all the way back down into the orange side. Now the shot from Frank for the early 3 points now. 55-second goal time. Minimum requirement now 3 points in the lead in this third round. Will now be Rise taking QB. BX will send it over to the left tunnel, just a little too fast of his teammate, into the hands of Frank. Frank walking it up now, stacked with one of his teammates. Looks like they will go for a bit of a dribble. Superdan just missing the disc, and it will go into BX's hands, but Superdan with the stun again, but will just get stunned out himself, and he will not be able to recover the disc for his team, as now the clear comes through into the mid, just going past those backline defenders. But Frank is there to pick it back up, sending it back into the orange side. Now it's questionable Cube recovers that pass, sending it across to Frank. Frank, not being able to catch it, will get pressured and stunned out as he managed to pick it up. They must have trying to go for the clear, will just bounce back off the Geo. A16H trying to clear it out, but into the hands of Frank. Branding, he will get stunned out. And questionable Cube will try to send the pass, intercepted by Richie. Richie now trying to clear it out, but still on the side of Rise. It will stay. Superman now receiving that pass, trying to send it across to Dime. Dime not being able to reach it, but Frank will recover. Now going for the shot, it looks like off the backboard on the stunt goal. He will just miss the goal. Now into the hands of A1. A1 will send it right back through to the blue side.
Possession moves to the blue team. Blue clears it out of their zone.
Now as the clear comes through, I was just reading chat, but the headbutt nearly going into the goal. Superman at the back will recover it, going for the shot off the backboard. Will just go high of the goal. And the catch from A1. And will clear it back into the mid, but Superman is there first with his stack. Will get stunned out by Dirty Mustard. Superman now will steal it off the player of Rise. He will just drop it, and A16H is there to pick it up, sending the clear back through into the blue bubble. Will just bounce straight back out though into the mid, into the hands of Questionable Cube. Questionable Cube trying to clear it through, but will not make it. Now in the hands of Richie. We'll just walk it up, sending a long pass just high of his teammate. Will get it in the end, however. Walking it up, a save coming in from minimum requirement. Not sure who that was, but a save coming through, and A16H at the backline is able to pick it up. Richie now doing some bit of juking, trying to send the pass up, but Questionable Cube with the intercept on the pass will send it right back to the middle. The yawn while talking, yes, the yawn just crept up. Now A16H with recovery, with a steal, sorry. Trying to send it over to BX2, but will just miss. Now players scrambling for it. Dime will be able to get it back out into the orange side. Yes, I was casting at like 2 AM, but it's fun. Now, as a missed shot comes through, we'll just bounce across the Pac-Man area into the hands of A1. A1 trying to do some juking, but will get stunned out by Dime. Dime now will drop it. No, he will not drop it. He will not even touch it. But in the hands of Frank, Randy at the backline recovering it. Sending a pass up to the nest to Superdan. Superdan walking it in, and he will place it beneath the goalie's feet for the 2 points. But in minimum requirement, now 5 points in the lead.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
BX2 with the QB sending it across to the tunnel will just miss his teammates. But A16H is there with the Curry. The start coming through, and the save from Frank again, as he manages to get back in time. Now the clear back into the hands of Frank. Frank going for the long shot will just go wide of the goal into the hands of Dime. Dime going for the slap, and he will get it. It will connect. 7 points now in the lead. Minimum requirement.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now will be BX2 taking the QB, sending it over to A1. A1 with the long pass down to Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard with the open goal opportunity will just ding it off the top of the rim. Now back into the hands of Frank. Frank trying to clear it out. Will just bounce off the cloud. Richie will pick up for Riot, sending it across to A1. A1 now walking up on the goal, doing that anchor off the backboard, and he will put it in for the first 2 points of Rise in this third round. Minimum requirement now 5 points in the lead.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Minimum requirement now rolling out will be Frank taking the QB, sending it all the way down into the orange side. but BX2 with the stack is there to pick up for Rise, sending it right back through. Now in the hands of A16H, sending a long pass over to BX2, but just a little high, will not be able to catch it. But Richie is there to pick up, instead sending a pass over to A16H as he does get stunned out, and A1 with the shot for the 2 points, closing that gap on minimum requirements lead. Now minimum requirement now just 3 points in the lead.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway. Blue clears it out.
Now the missed pass coming through will be A16H with the clear, but now back into the hands of Frank. Frank will just take his time trying to maneuver his way past the defenders, and he will get the clear down. Will just miss his teammate. Now just a loose disc in the orange bubble will be picked up by A16H, trying to get the clear through, but will go into the hands of Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard now with the clear, but Super Dan is there to intercept, sending the clear through now into the bubble. Richie with the pickup will try to send it out, will be picked up by A16H. A16H just walking it through the tunnel, seeing if he has an open opportunity on the goal. He does not, so instead he tries sending it low, but he will just bounce it off the Geo. It will, however, end up in the hands of Dirty Mustard. Dirty Mustard now going for the pass up to A16H. The A16H going for the shot for the 3 points off the nest, but Frank, I believe it was, with another save, denying that 3 points, not allowing them to tie up, keeping minimum requirements lead as Questionable Cube sends the pass up to Super Dan. Super Dan now walking in, going for the shot, will miss the goal, but into the hands of Questionable Cube. Will duke out some defenders going for a shot, will go off the head of Dirty Mustard and into the goal for the 3 points. 10-4 now, minimum requirement, 6 points in the lead.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Will be Rise now taking QB. BX will send it down, will just miss his teammate, but some lucky bounces will end up back in A16H's hands. Richie now with the pass, receive down at the bottom, walking it into the bubble, going for the shot, but Frank with the save. 30 seconds remain on the clock now. BX2 with the recovery, sending it over to Richie in the bubble. Richie trying to go for the shot, but Frank will get a headbutt on it, but it looks like it was a ding, but he will get the clear back out into the orange side. Now as Rise's start gets back first, Richie picks up the disc for Rise, walking it through, sending a pass across to A16H. A1 sending it clear down, but with that clear, they will not have enough time, and it will be minimum requirement taking this match in 3 rounds, finishing this third round off 10-4 in favor of minimum requirements. A big upset to those connoisseurs. 23 were favoring Rise. I believe it was around 23 favoring Rise, and no one was favoring minimum requirement. But like I said, people can, well, VRML is full of surprises, and like we saw today, minimum requirement will come out with a win. Yes, this is technically a bronze ranked match, or was a bronze ranked match, but Rise is unranked at the current moment. So with that being said, bear with us as we get into our final match of the cast, a gold match this time. It will be Braz and Badgers versus Sin. So wait for that, as we will get back to you in just a moment. Hello everyone and welcome back to VRML Channel 1. We are in our third matchup which has already begun. Currently Braz and Badge is in the lead by 11 points. They have 11 points, not by 11 points. And Sin 4 points. Just above a minute remains on this clock of this first round. Will now be Braz and Badgers with Jar's advantage. Stu taking QB, sending it over to, I believe it was Mr. Blade. Mr. Blade was down with the clear all the way down. Now as Mr. Blade recovers it for Braz and Badgers, we'll just send it upwards as he just gets stunned out. Now loose disc as it will be picked up by random. Where is the pole? I don't think for this match I'm going to be starting off the pole because the match has already started before we got in. So I don't think a pole would be fair, I guess to say, seeing as the match has already started for this one. Now as West picks up this, trying to send it through, will be picked up by random. A few stuns coming through and West will make it out alive with the disc. Now sending it up to random, we'll just miss the pass. And Lucid Knight trying to clear it through, will not be successful. And random now with the disc, trying to send it over across the Loco, will just miss as it goes into a trench. But West with the recovery, duking out that defender on the orange side, now sending it up but Ando with the intercept. And that will be this first round. Braz and Badgers taking this first round 11-4. Big lead. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to see it as they had already started before we got in, but maybe Sin can bring this back the second round. We have had just a pause now go through in the match, so we shall await and see what is going on. Looking like a player may have dropped out for one of the teams. Taking a look now in the locker room of the teams, and it seems everyone is here and everyone is in the game, so I don't know what's going on. Taking a look at the pings as well. Pings seem to be fine. Actually no, someone does have around 140 pings, so maybe they're just trying to get that sorted out. And it looks like there has actually been a disconnect from the side of Braz and Badgers, so we'll just wait for that player to get back in and continue this matchups, getting into the second round. But now, taking a look at the stats on the side of Braz and Badgers, we have Ando with 2 points, Lucid Knight with 5, Mr. Bullied 007 with 4, and Stu with no points but 2 saves and a few stuns. On the side of Sin, we have Random with 4 points and Jackknife with 1 save, Loco-san with 1 save, and West with a couple of assists, and all with a few stuns as well. Possession time looking fairly even across the teams as well. Both teams around getting around a minute for each player of possession. 50 50 split on possession between the teams. We're taking a look at that. Just taking a look at the teams themselves. We have Braz and Badgers with a record 7-5, currently in Diamond, and Sin a record 9-5, currently in Gold. Braz and Badgers standing at 15th place, Sin at 16th place, both with an MMR of 1160. have got the players back in. It looks like maybe someone was switching out on the side of Sin as well for their sub. So we will just wait until they unpause and get to this second round. But while we're waiting, why don't we look at some connoisseur votes? See who's favoring who. Taking a look at the match page, we have 24 people favoring Braz and Badgers and only 3 favoring Sin. So will it be similar to the last game? Will it be an upset to all those connoisseurs, or will Braz and Badgers take it home? Now I believe the game has been unpaused, so we just wait for the timer of the in-between round break to go down, and we'll be getting into this second round very shortly. Django the Flying Rat asking where's the poll. I didn't start the poll because by the time we already got into this match, they had already begun. So, and there was quite a few points scored already, so our poll was just kind of unfair, I guess, to start, seeing as, you know, we already had quite a few points scored. Now we will be getting into the second round of Braz Badgers versus Sin. Sin will take initial possession on the initial joust. It will go into the hands of Ando. Ando getting pressured, will clear it through into the tunnel. Will bounce straight back though into the hands of Loco-san. Loco-san now going for the reset. We'll just bounce in the mid, but the reset will come through. Lord of War taking this, sending it up to West. West now sending it down to Jackknife. We'll just go wide into the hands of Ando. Ando sending it over to Mr. Boyd. Mr. Boyd going for the clear as they just overshoot the disc. Will now be into the hands of Lucid Knight. Lucid Knight going for the reset back to Mr. Boyd at the bow tie. Mr. Boyd now making his way down to the ground, making his way forward towards the bubble, looking for a pass. We'll send the pass across to Ando. Ando going for the shot, but a save from Jackknife. But the stun and steal will come through, and Stu will put it in for the 2 points, giving Braz and Badgers the lead 2-0. Now it will be Sin taking Joust advantage. Loco-san sending it over to Lord of War. Lord of War sending it across. Looks like he was going for a clear, but Stu is there to stop it. Walking it through now. Duking out that stack and then sending it through. The stack following the disc, just overshooting it, but Mr. Blade will pick it up. Going for the shot. We'll just ding off the rim. Don't know why I can never get those words out properly. Always stutter trying to say that. But now the pass down to Lucid. Lucid up to Ando, and Ando for the shot. For the 2 points. Braz and Badgers now 4-0. 4 points in the lead.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Will be Sin taking Joust advantage. Jackknife with the QB stacked along with Lord of War. Looks like they're going for a dribble to the tunnel. Will be missed, and Ando will pick it up, sending it right back through to the blue side. Now as it bounces back towards the mid, it is West getting there first from Sin, clearing it through the tunnel, going for a dribble of their own. Now West with the long shot attempt, and it will connect. 29 meters away for the 3. Putting Braz and Badgers now just 1 point in the lead. 4-3 still in favor of Braz and Badgers. How do I join front row seats? There is the front row extension. If you hover your mouse over the screen, you will see the front row extension on the side, and then you do something with that. Yeah, you have Ben CGF there explaining it too. I don't know how it works on mobile. Will now be Stu picking up the pass, sending it down to Lucid. We'll just go wide, and West will pick you up, sending a clear through back to the orange side. Will now be Lucid Knight getting there first from Braz and Badgers. Picking up the disc, sending a clear through. All the way down to the blue bubble and nearly going in. Will be recovered by Ando, and Ando will finish off, putting in for the 2. Putting Braz and Badgers now 3 points in the lead, 6-3.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Will now be Sin taking Shout's advantage. Jack Knife taking the QB. Jack sending it up to Lord of War. Lord of War getting pressured by the stack. Will send it down to West. West with the pass up to Loco-san. Loco-san now driving it into the bubble. Just going off the head of Stu, and Ando will recover it. Sending it back through. Will bounce back, but Mr. Blade will recover and make sure it goes back into the blue bubble now. As Lucid Knight gets there first. Puts it in for the 2 points. Braz and Badgers now in the lead by 5, 8-3. What ranks are these? Diamond and gold. Braz and Badgers being diamond, Sin being gold. Now Loco-san taking QB will go to the left mid, I think. I didn't quite see, but the clear comes through. But Loco-san is right at the back to deny that. Ando will clear it back through though. Back into the blue bubble. Will be Lucid Knight getting there first, going for the shot, and he will hit it for the 3 points. Now a lead by 8 points, 11-3 in favor of Braz and Badgers.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sin now taking the QB will be Jack Knife picking it up, sending it through, but the stack with Lucid Knight is there. Lucid going for the mail slot, will just ding off the side, but Stu is there. Pick it back up for Braz and Badgers. Now just taking his time on the wall here, looking for a pass opportunity. We'll send the bounce pass up to Ando, but will just miss. West now trying to recover it, but will be Stu getting the stun off as well. Walking his way into the bubble. Will go for the reset back to Mr. Bullied. Mr. Bullied now will send it up to Lucid Knight. Lucid Knight going for the shot, and he will connect at the bottom of the goal. 13-3. Braz and Badgers now 10 points in the lead. Just about 4 minutes remain on the clock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
West now sending it over to Loco-san, but Loco-san will get it taken by Lucid. Lucid going for the long shot, but Jack Knife is there to stop that attempt. Now walking it up. He will send the clear all the way through into the blues, into the orange side, into the orange bubble. The Braz and Badger stack is there first, but overshooting it. Jack Knife will pick it up for Sin. Send it up to Loco-san, but Loco-san just gets stunned out as Stu manages to read the play and deny it. Now the clear back to the side of Sin. Loco-san is there first to pick it up. Just taking his time now. We'll try to send the clear through, but we'll just go high off the tunnel. Lord of War will reset it back to Jack Knife. Jack Knife and Loco-san trying to go for what looks like a dribble, but it will end up in the hands of Stu. Stu will send it right back over to Lucid Knight in the blue side. Lucid Knight now will walk it up, going for the long shot, and he will connect for the 3 points from 23 meters away. Braz and Badgers now 13 points in the lead, 16-3.
8, 7, 6.
Skibble Sizzle asking are the numbers next to everyone's name just their level. It is not. It is the customizable number that you have that you can put on your robot in the customized arena thing. It's not their level because max level of course being level 50 in Echo Arena, and we have players like with numbers such as 99 and 87, which is definitely not below 50. But yeah, the numbers are just like the name that the number you can put on your suit in the character customization area in the lobby. We'll now continue this matchup as we have had just a pause. Sin with Jazz advantage rolling out will be Jackknife taking QB, sending it over to the left tunnel. Will be picked up by West. West just narrowly getting it through, but Ando with the intercept, sending it over to Lucid Knight. Lucid Knight going for, looks like a boob shot, will just miss, bouncing off the cloud. Lord of War will try to get the clear through, but into the hands of Stu. Stu sending it over to Lucid Knight. Lucid Knight walking through, sending it over to Mr. Bullied. Mr. Bullied now putting it in on an open goal. Will put Braz and Badgers 15 points in the lead, 18-3.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
How many more games tonight? You'll have to check the VRML website. This is the last game of this cast, of this sort of small block of casts, but I have no doubt Paladar will probably do some more casts later on tonight, which you probably want to check out, but you'll just have to look on the VRML website and see if anyone's actually doing any more casts tonight, which I imagine Paladar will be doing now as Lord of War gets the intercept off the short attempt, sending it over to Locoste. Locoste now sending it back, trying to get the reset, but no one is there to pick it up. West will get back, however, and will recover it for Sin. Trying to send the pass down to Locoste. I thought that was clear for a sec, but Locoste just missing the pass over to Jackknife as it just goes a little too far. Sails into the hands of Stu. Now taking his time, will send the bounce clear through. And it will just take a bounce off the Geo and make its way through to the blue side. Now as a short attempt comes through, but Jackknife is there to stop it. Trying to get the clear through. Will not quite make it, but Lord of War is there to recover it, sending it all the way through to the orange side.
Orange team has the disc.
Yes, Ben, they update. I guess maybe not constantly, but casters pick and choose. They try to do it at a good time's notice, like at least a couple hours before, just not usually on a short notice. Sometimes it might be on a short notice, but it is being updated. So just go ahead and check on the VRML website to see if any casters have picked up any matches. But of course, like I mentioned, Paladar will probably pick up some more tonight. It's now the nice slap coming through for the reset to Mr. Bullied. Mr. Bullied now just burning the clock down, taking his time at the back. We'll send a bounce pass over to Stu. Stu being stunned out will not be able to receive it. So now the clear comes through into the tunnel, but that will be it for this match. Braz and Badgers taking this match into 18-3 in the second round. I believe it was 11-4 in the first. Will be Braz and Badgers taking this win though. Pretty big win for Braz and Badgers in terms of the scores were very far apart in this one, which I don't know, I wasn't expecting, but in favor of connoisseurs, Braz and Badgers have won. But with that being said, that will wrap up this cast for tonight, this block of casts. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to check out the Echo Arena VRML YouTube channel, and I will see you guys sometime soon, probably in another cast. So have a good day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I'll see you all later.
We're underway.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.